In this video, we're going to look at Qualitative Analysis Lab 2 and just do a short intro on this. This is going to be very much like Qualitative Analysis Lab 1, except you're going to be given a substance that has, it's like it's clear right here, and it could have four possible ions: magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. It could have one, two, three, or all four of these ions, and you want to figure out a yes or no for each of these different possibilities in this set. We're going to proceed very much like we did with qualitative analysis 1. Notice the ions are all from the second family in the periodic table, the alkali earth metals. And I'm going to go right to the pre-lab, since things are very much like qualitative analysis 1. Just like in the pre-lab before, you have the chemical formulas for the four test solution, and notice they are all nitrates. Why am I using nitrates here? Nitrates are essentially benign. You have to have an ionic solid, so you have to have something to counter the magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium plus two ions. Nitrate does that. And nitrate is very unreactive and it's very soluble, so it can dissolve, but it's not going to interfere with any reactions. Okay, looking at the other ions that we're going to look at for the reagents, essentially it's the carbonate, chromate, sulfate, hydroxide. The sodium, and in one case, the ammonium ion, are going to be the positive ions against sodium, and the ammonium ions are very soluble and don't react with anything, so they're not going to negatively interfere or interfere at all with things going on. They're just there, but not partaking in anything. So if I look at how do the nitrate anions affect this experiment, or sodium cations, ammonium cations affect this experiment, essentially they don't affect this experiment because they don't react with anything there. So I don't know, an analogy would be if you're giving a child like children's Tylenol or something like that, they might have some sugar or flavoring or something. It's not really any of the medicine, but it might get them to take the medicine, but it's not an active ingredient. And again, these nitrates or sodiums or ammoniums are there, but they're not going to be actively involved. They don't interfere with anything. Safety glasses with the 4 molar. So 4 molar sodium ammonium hydroxide is a base, and that would, upon contact with your eye, immediately cause eye tissue damage. We haven't really had one like that yet, but that will be important for safety glasses because upon contact, ammonium hydroxide will cause eye damage right away. Okay, that is the main thing. We'll have another video going through a data table, which is a 4x4, and ultimately we'll be leading to figuring out a flow chart and then using this flow chart to figure out unknowns, whether you have magnesium, calcium, strontium, or barium. Just note, precipitation formation is not always as obvious in this sequence as the other one, but if you have good observations during your known, I think it can help you develop your expertise that you need to distinguish whether or not ions are present. So this will be a little bit more challenging, but you've done the process and know that, and we'll work through that. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with a data table video next.